When someone is always in your mind without any communication, it means something deeper than you think. Have you ever experienced this? Someone who doesn't call, doesn't text, doesn't show up in your daily life, yet somehow they're always there. In your thoughts, in your dreams, in the random moments when your mind wanders. You wake up and they're the first thought. You try to focus and they sneak back in. You go to sleep and their face appears again. And you wonder why. Why would someone I'm not even talking to take up so much space in my head? The truth is, it's not random. It's not meaningless. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what it means when someone lives in your mind without any communication. This is deep mindset. Let's begin. The first thing you need to understand is this. The human brain doesn't hold onto people randomly. Your mind is efficient. It filters out what doesn't matter and clings to what does. So if someone has been occupying your thoughts for days, weeks, or even months without any contact, it's because they left an emotional imprint. An emotional imprint is a psychological term. It means that person made you feel something so strongly that your brain recorded it as significant. Maybe they made you feel loved. Maybe they made you feel seen in a way no one else did. Maybe they hurt you. Maybe they confused you. But whatever they did, it was powerful enough that your nervous system couldn't let it go. And here's the key. Emotions are stronger than logic. You can tell yourself to move on. You can convince yourself they don't matter. But if the emotional imprint is still there, your mind will keep circling back. Because unprocessed emotions don't disappear. They replay. The second reason someone stays in your mind without communication is unfinished business. Your brain hates incomplete stories. This is called the Zeigarnik effect. It's the same reason you can't stop thinking about a movie that ended on a cliffhanger or a conversation that was cut short. When something feels unresolved, your mind keeps the door open. And relationships, especially the deep ones, are full of unfinished moments. Maybe you never said what you really felt. Maybe they left without explanation. Maybe the timing was wrong and you both just faded away. But your heart knows the story isn't over. So it keeps them alive in your thoughts, hoping for closure, hoping for resolution, hoping for one more chapter that will finally make sense of everything. The third reason is energy connection. Now this might sound spiritual, but stay with me. Have you ever thought of someone out of nowhere and then they suddenly call or text? Or you feel a shift in your mood and later find out something happened to them? This isn't coincidence. It's energetic resonance. When two people share a deep connection, their energy fields stay linked even when physical communication stops. Your subconscious picks up on their emotional state. You sense when they're thinking of you. You feel when they're struggling. And this creates a feedback loop. You think of them, they feel it. They think of you, you feel it. And the cycle continues. This is why some people believe that when someone is constantly on your mind, it often means you're on theirs too. Not always, but often. The fourth reason, and this one is hard to accept, is that sometimes the person in your mind represents something you're still searching for. Maybe they symbolize a version of yourself you felt alive with. Maybe they represent a dream you haven't fulfilled. Maybe they mirror a wound you haven't healed. When you can't stop thinking about someone, ask yourself this. Am I thinking about them, or am I thinking about what they represented? Because sometimes the person becomes a symbol of hope, of loss, of possibility, of regret. And your mind holds onto that symbol because letting it go feels like giving up on something deeper than just them. It feels like giving up on a part of yourself. The fifth reason is the silence itself. Absence doesn't make feelings disappear. It amplifies them. When someone is present, you adjust. But when someone vanishes, the absence becomes loud. You start filling the silence with questions. Why did they leave? Did I do something wrong? Do they miss me? Are they thinking about me? And because there's no communication, there are no answers, just endless wondering. And wondering is addictive. It keeps the person alive in your mind because your brain is desperate for closure, for certainty, for something to end the loop. But silence doesn't give you that. Silence just stretches on. And so do the thoughts. Now here's the deeper truth. When someone is always in your mind without communication, it doesn't always mean they're supposed to come back into your life. Sometimes it means you're supposed to learn something from their absence. Maybe you're learning that you can survive without them. Maybe you're learning to stop waiting for people who don't show up. Maybe you're learning that love isn't enough if it's not accompanied by action, by presence, by choice. The lesson isn't always about getting them back. Sometimes the lesson is about letting go, about understanding that some people are meant to teach you, not stay with you. And the pain of their absence is the teacher. So what do you do when someone won't leave your mind but also won't enter your life? First, stop fighting the thoughts. The more you resist, the stronger they become. Instead, acknowledge them. Yes, I'm thinking of them. Yes, it hurts. Yes, I don't understand why. Allow the thought and then gently redirect your focus. Second, seek your own closure. You don't need them to give you an ending. You can create one yourself. Write a letter you'll never send. Say everything you need to say out loud. Burn it. Release it. Close the chapter on your terms. Third, examine what they represent. Are you missing them, or are you missing who you were with them? Are you longing for them, or are you longing for a feeling they gave you that you haven't found anywhere else? Once you identify what you're actually craving, you can start finding it in other places, in other people, or most importantly, in yourself. And finally, trust time. Not because time heals all wounds, but because time gives you distance, and distance gives you perspective. One day you'll think of them and feel nothing, not love, not pain, just neutrality. And that's when you'll know you're free, not because they came back, not because you got answers, but because you stopped needing them to. Here's the final truth. When someone is always in your mind without any communication, it means the connection was real. It meant something. It left a mark. But it doesn't mean they're your future. It just means they were part of your story. And now you get to decide how that story ends, with bitterness, with longing, or with peace. If this spoke to you, drop one word in the comments. Healing, waiting, letting go, moving on. Whatever you're feeling right now. And if you want more truth like this, subscribe to Deep Mindset. We don't give you comfort, we give you clarity. See you in the next one.